if you're thinking about learning to ride a sidecar, this is kind of a few quick impressions of kind of what the thing is like to sort of get on and sort of have your first feeling of it. So one of the biggest things that many first time sidecar riders do is they go too fast, because their memory of seeing a sidecar going on is often somebody who's tearing around perhaps on a racetrack or something like that. And it's those left-hand bends which are absolutely kind of sort of unnerving if you're not used to it. Now those left-hand bends, you need to go around there slow, but when I say slow I mean like walking pace, because if you don't, the sidecar will tip up and then you'll lose your nerve and then you probably won't want to do it anymore. Something else you notice with a sidecar which you don't get with ordinary bikes is this kind of shimmy sort of with the steering that you get like that. That's kind of normal for a sidecar. Some of them have steering dampers to try and stop that kind of thing. Some of them have got that sort of leading link front suspension which kind of reduces it to some degree. But even they do it a bit. But anyway, once you're used to riding it and you've had a couple of frights with it, eventually, after you've done a few miles or ridden it 2 or 3 times, you begin to get to like it. And in the end, it's a nice, enjoyable thing. You do hear stories about people forgetting the sidecar on the side there, but I think often what happens is that they tend to start cutting the corners because they're going a bit too fast, and of course they then catch the sidecar on some kind of bit of road furniture or something like that. So anyway, you can see on this sort of turning on the left here, I'm sort of doing what, less than 10 miles, and the sidecar lifted up then. Having the sidecar lifted up on the side is kind of alright if you're kind of used to it. And a lot of sidecar riders, when they go around the left hand bend, the thing comes up and they don't think anything of it, and it's kind of normal. Right hand bends like that, which you can see quite different. But when you're used to it, you can ride along, stand right along now with the sidecar in the air. It isn't a problem. Anyway, I hope that's given you a bit of an insight if you haven't ridden one before, to see what you might expect.